Welcome, Aries, both longtime legends and freshly awakened fireballs, to my channel, Zodiac Talks Tarot, where we don't just decode horoscopes, we translate cosmic truths into soul-level clarity. If this is your first time here, make no mistake, you didn't land here by accident. And for those of you returning, well, you already know the drill. The universe has a strange way of nudging the chosen ones when it's time to level up. And if you've been feeling that electric tingle in your gut lately, trust me, it's not indigestion. It's alignment. Because what's arriving on May 24th is no ordinary sky show. This is Pluto's first major message since stepping into Aquarius, and for you, Aries, it's personal. You were born to lead through fire, and now that fire is being honed into something sharper, vision. Now let me break this down. Not in mystical mumbo-jumbo, but in cosmic street talk backed by decades of chart reading, spiritual study, and a healthy respect for the chaotic poetry of life. Pluto, the slowest, deepest, most unapologetic planet in astrology, just entered Aquarius, a sign that governs collective change, future thinking, and the rebel with a cause energy Aries secretly thrives on. But what's happening now is more than just planetary small talk. Pluto is forming a rare and harmonious trine with the Sunday. Imagine your ego, your vitality, your conscious self getting a quiet but potent download from the underworld. This isn't the kind of transformation that shows up like a midlife crisis with a red convertible. No. This is subtle, surgical, and strangely gentle. Less like being hit by a bus, more like realizing you've outgrown your old skin, and it's just naturally falling away. Here's the kicker, for once, Aries, you don't have to fight your way through this change. It's not about pushing. It's about perceiving. Pluto's message isn't shouting, it's whispering. And that whisper is saying, hey, it's time. Step into the version of yourself you've been orbiting around for years. As someone who has watched this kind of transit unfold many times across different charts and lifetimes, I can tell you it doesn't come to everyone. But when it does, it doesn't just knock on the door. It opens it. So the only question left is, are you brave enough to walk through it with your eyes open, heart steady, and spirit ready for the year of triumph 2025? Because let's be honest, when Pluto calls, Aries doesn't send it to voicemail. Aries answers. Loud and clear. Let's talk about something that might feel a little foreign to your Aries instincts, power that doesn't roar, but radiates. This next phase, catalyzed by the Sun trining Pluto, isn't about proving dominance, taking names, or charging headfirst into the next battle, though let's be honest, you do love a good charge. This is about liberation, the kind that happens from the inside out. When Aries fire meets Pluto's subterranean depth, something rare happens, clarity without chaos. You're no longer just reacting to life, you're responding with a presence so grounded, it might actually freak you out. There's a kind of stillness taking hold, but not the boring, blank mind kind. This is the kind of calm that comes when your soul finally stops arguing with reality. You're not asking, what do I do, anymore. You just know. Your internal compass clicks into place like a sword in its sheath, and suddenly you are the answer. Now, let's pivot into the realm of intuition. Yes, I said it. Intuition. And before you roll your eyes and say, I'm more action than vibes, let me just say this week, the vibes are the action. If you've been having bizarre dreams, random flashes of insight, or getting hit with truths that seem to come out of nowhere, that's not your imagination. That's Pluto whispering secrets in a language your soul understands. You're basically being handed psychic post-it notes by the universe. And here's the kicker, for once, you're actually paying attention. Which is wild. Because Aries, you're notorious for sprinting past the signs in favor of just figuring it out as you go. But not this time. This time, it's like you're catching every breadcrumb the universe is dropping. You walk into a room and instantly read the vibe. Someone starts talking and you already know what they're going to say. You might even start finishing people's sentences, which, let's be honest, is fun until you do it to your boss during a performance review. So maybe keep the full telepathic flex in check until Mercury joins the party. Still, what's happening here is profound. For Aries, who usually lives from the solar plexus gut, fire, well, it's a rare thing to suddenly feel in tune with the deeper knowing of the heart and the third eye. But this alignment is offering exactly that. Not in a woo-woo, sage-burning, crystal in your pocket kind of way, though hey, no shade, but in a grounded, fierce, almost eerie kind of truth. You know what's real. You feel what's right. And for once, your instincts and insight are walking hand in hand like old friends who finally stopped fighting. That's not weakness, Aries. That's evolution. Let's talk about one of the most underrated gifts Pluto can offer, the gentle purge. And yes, I know the phrase sounds like a vegan juice cleanse gone emotionally rogue, but stick with me. Normally, transformation hits Aries like an uninvited wake-up call, loud, abrupt, and demanding you throw hands with your shadow self. But not this time. With Pluto harmoniously aligned with the Sun, this shift doesn't arrive with chaos, it arrives with clarity. It doesn't scream, it whispers. And somehow, that's more powerful. You're not wrestling with your inner demons. You're looking at them and saying, wow, I used to believe you. Then you sip your coffee and move on like the emotionally evolved fire sign you never thought you'd be. What's happening here is that old fears, toxic loops, and worn-out habits don't need to be slain. They simply start to feel irrelevant. It's not that you fought them and won, it's that you outgrew them. They just don't fit anymore. That emotional trigger you used to trip over like clockwork? Suddenly it feels like an outdated ringtone. You hear it, but you don't answer. It's not ghosting. It's graduating. And to borrow from a little Buddhist wisdom, when the lotus blooms, it doesn't argue with the mud. It just opens. It rises. It knows the mud was necessary, but it doesn't pack it in a suitcase and bring it along. Now, let's move into the relationship arena because, oh yes, Pluto is clearing house there too. This transit doesn't just shift your inner world. It reshapes your connections. The masks come off. Small talk starts to taste like cardboard. You crave depth. And if someone can't meet you there, it's not drama, it's distance. Natural. Quiet. Inevitable. Some connections will deepen in beautiful, almost eerie ways like, wow, how did I not see your soul before? Others will dissolve, not because of a fight, but because your energy has changed, and they're no longer walking your path. Here's the real kicker, you're not losing anyone. You're realigning with your truth. And those who remain? The ones who rise with you, see you, and hold space for this new version of you? They're part of your soul council, your spiritual ride or dies for the year of triumph 2025. So don't mourn the shift, celebrate it. It means you're moving closer to the life, the love, and the tribe that's meant for you. Let's get one thing straight, Aries, you're not losing your mind, you're syncing up with the cosmos. What's happening now isn't a glitch in the matrix, it's a full-blown synchronicity surge, and the universe has you on speed dial. Dreams that feel more vivid than waking life, songs on your playlist that answer questions you never said out loud, repeating numbers stalking you like cosmic breadcrumbs. These aren't coincidences. This is divine Wi-Fi, and guess what? Your signal is crystal clear. Don't dismiss those random encounters or the way a stranger says something that hits you like prophecy. That's the language of the universe. And no, it's not woo-woo. It's metaphysical mechanics. I've spent decades studying this dance between psyche and stars, and I'll tell you, when the veils get this thin, it's not about logic, it's about listening. So here's your homework, keep a journal. Write down the dreams, the symbols, the weird little things that make your inner world go, wait, did that just happen? Because yes, Aries, it did. And it mattered. And while you're at it, maybe double check that playlist. If your usual gym hype track suddenly turns into a cosmic TED talk about letting go of the past, you've officially entered the magic zone. Now, let's bring it back down to earth, or at least to the body. Because Pluto doesn't just move energy through your mind, it moves it through your cells. And Aries, since you rule the head, you might be feeling that pressure behind your eyes, that random buzzing in your temples, or that tingling like someone flicked your third eye on like a light switch. That's not a caffeine overdose, it's your subtle body upgrading. Your internal system is calibrating to hold more awareness, more clarity, more intuitive fire. You might sleep like you've been hit with a tranquilizer dart, or not at all. You might crave weird foods, need spontaneous naps, or feel like your muscles are made of lava and lightning. Don't resist it. Don't rationalize it. Just hydrate the weird. Move when your body says move. Rest when it says rest. This isn't about pushing through. This is about tuning in. Your body is your oracle now, Aries. It knows what the mind can't quite grasp yet. So if you feel off, strange, or supernaturally calm, congrats. You're not broken. You're becoming. Let's get one thing clear, Aries, May 24th is not just another square on the calendar. It's not just Friday. It's a pivot point, a tuning fork, a cosmic fork in the road where even the smallest decision carries the weight of your future. I've been studying planetary cycles and karmic blueprints long enough to know, some dates open doors you can't close, and May 24th is one of them. The alignment of the Sun and Pluto isn't just celestial poetry, it's an invitation to write a new chapter in your story. The decisions you make around this time, what you say yes to, what you walk away from, the truths you finally stop pretending you don't know, those choices will echo across decades. No pressure, right? But here's the beautiful part, it's not about making some grand, flashy move. This is about authenticity. Quiet clarity. Choosing alignment over approval. Aries, you weren't born to blend in. You were born to lead with fire, to blaze paths where others hesitate. So make your next move like your future self. Your higher self is already standing in the next room, watching and nodding like, yep, that's the one. Because honestly, they are. Your potential isn't waiting to be discovered. It's waiting to be claimed. And if all this stirred something inside you good, that means the message landed. That means you're not just awake, you're aware. You're one of the chosen ones, feeling the pulse of transformation, stepping into your year of triumph 2025, not as a passenger, but as the damn driver. This isn't the time to sleepwalk through life, Aries. This is your moment to walk boldly, fiercely, with fire in your step and clarity in your bones. So here's what I want you to do, take this energy and live the hell out of your life. Laugh harder. Take risks that align with your truth. Say no like you mean it. Say yes only when your soul says yes too. And don't forget to enjoy the view. Transformation isn't meant to be heavy, it's meant to set you free. Now, if you felt something shift while listening, don't keep that energy to yourself. Drop a comment. Share your signs. Let me know what hit you deep. And if you haven't already, subscribe to Zodiac Talks Tarot. This is your space. Your tribe. Your sacred reminder that astrology isn't just about stars, it's about becoming who you were always meant to be. So like, share, hit that subscribe button, and let's walk this road together. Because Aries, your rise isn't coming. It's already begun.